Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another video. And in this video, I just wanted to talk about it's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like. I'm just going to hang on a little bit, see if anybody else will be there to talk with me on this video. Okay. This is my first live stream, by the way. Exciting stuff. Okay. So today I wanted to talk about it's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like. And I'm going to be reading from Exodus chapter 5, from the book of Exodus, chapter number 5, one of my favorite chapters in the Bible. And here it talks about Moses going into Egypt, obeying the call of God upon his life. And he's going back into Egypt. And I just want to read particularly from chapter number 5, let's start at verse 3. I'll just start from the beginning. Afterwards, Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh and said, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says: Let my people go, that they may hold a festival to me in the desert." And Pharaoh answered, "Who is the Lord that I should obey him and let Israel go? I do not know the Lord, and I will not let Israel go." And I'll just drop down to verse number 4. But the king of Egypt said, "Moses and Aaron, why are you taking the people away from their labor? Go back to your work." Then Pharaoh said, "Look, the people of the land are now numerous, and you are stopping them from working." That same day, Pharaoh gave this order to the slave drivers and foremen in charge of the people: "You are no longer to supply them with straw for making bricks. Let them go and gather their own straw, but require them to make the same number of bricks as before. Don't reduce the quota. They are lazy. That's why they are crying out. Let's go sacrifice to our God." Then the slave drivers and the foremen went out and said to the people, "This is what Pharaoh says: I will not give you any more straw. Go and get your own straw wherever you will find it, but your work will not be reduced at all." And I'll just drop down to verse number 22. Moses returned to the Lord and said, "Oh Lord, why have you brought trouble upon this people? Is this why you sent me? Ever since I went to Pharaoh to speak your name, he has brought trouble upon this people, and you have not rescued your people at all." Now, I encourage you to please read it. It's a very popular passage in the Bible, very popular. I'm sure most of us have read it in kindergarten. This is where Moses goes to Israel to deliver the people. And as he goes to Pharaoh to say, "Let my people go," Pharaoh is upset and he makes their life harder. Now he decides, you know what, we're not going to give you any straw to make any of the bricks like we gave you before. You find it wherever and do it yourself. Now, it looked like life was harder in this moment. These were people at the voice of Moses coming to say, "Look, I'm here to deliver you. The Lord God of Israel has sent me back to tell Moses to let you go." I'm sure they felt a little bit of hope in that moment. And then all of a sudden, the situation goes from hopeful to utter hopelessness. Because now, it was bad enough that they were slaves, but now they're not even going to be given the tools of the trade anymore. It's bad enough they were not being paid for the job that they were doing. They were forcefully made to do that job, but now they would not even be given the tools of the trade anymore. They had to go source for their own straw. This resonates with me because many a times in life, we go through life thinking, God has forgotten me. Like, life is so hard. Maybe you went to church on Sunday and you heard the word from the Lord that said, you know, this is a new season. I'm doing a new thing. We all shout, we yell, we hoop around, we dance around, but we go back home and on Monday we go to work and life is just worse. Maybe we even get to work on Monday and we're laid off from work on Monday and we just danced yesterday. We just shouted yesterday, believing that God was doing a new thing. I just want to remind you that according to the Bible in Exodus chapter number 5, things got worse. It looked like it was worse. But God had a reason why. He was still working it out in the background. But their deliverance was settled. They were going to come out of that situation. But all of those things they were going through was the process. Was the process. Was the process, because God had to get Pharaoh in a place of total submission. And sometimes we are the tools God uses to get us to a place of total submission and surrender. So I just want to encourage somebody today. It's not what it looks like. God is still in the business of keeping to his promises, recycling our pain into purpose. He's still in the business of doing that. In the case of the Israelites, they were treated more harshly and worse than they had ever been. But it was all part of God's plan. So whatever you're going through today, I promise you, I'm not telling you what I don't know. I've been in situations where I'd say to myself, I don't like this, God. Like, I don't like this. But when I read this chapter, it reminds me that whatever I'm going through is still a part of the process. God is still in the business of turning our pain into purpose. But we all have to go through the valley of preparation, like I call it. The valley of preparation. We all have to go through it. So I hope this little video has blessed you today. Feel free to comment. I love your comments. I love comments. I love interaction. Please don't let me be by myself. Please encourage me. Please don't let me be by myself. If you see this video, comment, say hi. That's enough. You don't have to say more than that. I love to see or hear from you. And on to my next video. Stay blessed.